Okay, so I got the Mimaki CG 130FX, and when I got it, the fella I got it from said that everything was working and whatnot, and he did a test cut just hitting the sample cut button or whatever, and I'm figuring out now that's something programmed within the unit itself and doesn't really mean a whole lot. It just means that it can cut. The problem was when I hooked it up to the computer, nothing was happening. I tried using the Vinyl Master from US Cutter demo just to see if I could get it to work, to try to figure out which software I needed. So using this cable here, nothing was happening. The driver would actually load for this prolific cable, and that was it. And when I went into Vinyl Master, it would show that like the port that this cable was on was detected, but nothing ever happened with the machine. And I went through both detects on Vinyl Master, and nothing ever happened. It just recognized the cable. Nothing ever happened with the machine. So a little bit more research was showing that the chances of getting something like that to work via the parallel port converting the USB was slim to none. I don't know how true that is, but that's what I read on a few different places. And not only is it the 232 to USB, there's then again another adapter to the 232C, the bigger deal, going into the USB. Long story short, it never worked with that cable. And so I went around the back of the machine and I realized that the USB port on the machine, the reason they were trying to do this was because the USB port on the machine was gone. It wasn't there. So I opened up the machine and found that the USB port was loose in the bottom of the machine. It was no longer connected to the board. So I pushed the board up. Well, let me back up. So when I was trying to use the cable, the cable with the adapter, it never even showed the plotter. Nothing ever happened. It showed the prolific cable and that was it. And Mimaki's website says that in order to confirm the installation, you got to see this right here. Well, this wasn't shown with that cable. How I got this to show was I found the port. I opened it up after realizing that there was a port. Hang on. A port on the back of the machine. It was just missing. So I opened up the side and found that, where we at? That port right there was knocked down inside. And so that's why they were using the serial port there. So after doing that, I saw that, let's see if I can show you, it's all temporary. I'm going to get somebody to solder this back up in there. But I found where the connector goes. I pushed it in there, and then I put pressure on this side here to hold it up against the board. Once I did that, I heard the USB deal recognized on the computer, the drivers all loaded and whatnot, and that's when I got the plotter in the device manager. So before this, I could not get this plotter to register. But still, trying to get, excuse the mess, trying to get Vinyl Cutter or Vinyl Master, whatever it's called, to recognize doesn't happen. So I've got the demo version, because surely I need to make sure this is gonna work, or that the unit works before I go buying anything. So fire it up. I watched the tutorial. Let's get this out of here. So I already selected my, well, let's back up. There's no sense in, I don't know if this thing's not focusing or what. Okay. So there's no point in doing that. So here's the CG130FX here. So I select direct USB port, and then there's nothing down here. Status no connection test. But obviously it's right here. So I don't know what the deal is. I've disconnected it, connected it back, but when I hit the area test mode, no USB port, I don't know what else to do, because that's it. And then when I hit detect, it tells me to turn it off, whatever. I've done all that. I unplugged the cable and all that. Now here's a difference. So when I had the prolific cable on, right here I turn off the machine and unplug it. So when I did that, I would hit next. Now the machine would be off and unplugged. With the prolific, when I plugged the USB back in with the prolific, it would automatically register the prolific. There'd be a green check mark here, but still nothing ever happened with the plotter. It never could send any data to the plotter or whatever. But now the computer recognizes the plotter as via the device manager. But as you can see here, I mean, even when I disconnected and connected back, it says the system is unable to automatically detect your device, blah blah blah. But and it talks about connect manually and perform test cut. It will not let me even do that, because as soon as I hit that, no USB. If I hit cut now, no USB. So I don't know what else to do. The machine is hooked to the computer. I tried to update the drivers. It says that the drivers are updated for the Mimaki. I have no idea what to do next. Any suggestions, greatly appreciated. Thank you.